Congratulations. You are the winner of the See It, Believe It, Do It challenge. Congratulations. Welcome to Build with Rob. It is Rob Dyrdek. Our episode today is a very heartfelt episode. It's all about our Do-Or-Dier Visionary Foundation and our partnership with Defy Ventures. We partnered with them with their program, and we have the CEO of Defy Ventures on the show today that's going to explain sort of their work that they do with previously incarcerated to teach them how to be the CEOs of their new lives and run them through entrepreneur boot camps to give them a chance to learn the skills necessary to build their own companies. And what we did with Defy Ventures is then we did a See It, Believe It, Do It challenge where we donated $20,000 to Defy for their program and then an additional $20,000 to Defy for prize, non-dilutive capital as prize for graduates from their boot camp program. And man, amazing. Very cool. We have the winner of the See It, Believe It, Do It challenge on the show today, and you'll hear from her and her vision for creating that Meatball Collective catering service. And she has a compelling and incredible story. This is a woman that spent many years addicted to drugs, in and out of prison, really was truly felt hopeless and really kind of found her sort of second opportunity and through the prison system of basically trying to get the incarcerated to think about becoming entrepreneurs and then ultimately taking that path, turning her life around, and then getting into the Defy program and really learning all aspects of business to develop this new business that she created, that Meatball Collective. And I think what you'll find incredibly fascinating about this is seemingly someone that how could they possibly go from so deep and in such a dark place to evolve into being able to create a viable potentially thriving business through a program like this without any entrepreneurial experience. And it really makes me think about, anyone that ever chooses to build a business. Think about that business through the lens of how capable you are of actually executing that business. Does your knowledge, does your skill set, does your understanding of the market, the idea, and ultimately what you're trying to achieve and the customers you're trying to find, does it fit with you? Does it fit with your natural skill set, your natural ability, and do you understand it? Because I think what you'll find today is, despite coming from such a difficult, dark place, she created a business off of a product that she had already created and shared with other people in her family for many years and understood how to actually create and execute it, and then went out and learned everything she could about this business and really has the belief at the beginning here that she can actually achieve this business because she built a tactical plan that she understands, that's intuitive to her, and that she can actually go out and achieve, and I just think it's one of those things that entrepreneurs always underestimate, you want to create something because it's a good idea and you think more about the idea than whether or not that idea is the right fit for you. And I am more guilty about it than any other person. For many years, I was one of those entrepreneurs that would start companies and things I knew nothing about. because I would just sort of make up in my head like how successful it was going to become, only because of the idea, nothing to do with how the industry worked, no knowledge in the economics or how to even create a viable business. And one of them that comes to mind is my run with PJ's Independent Hip Hop Records. One of my very early ventures was a hip hop record label, and I marvel at the fact of how I thought I was going to transition from skateboarding to being a music mogul. I was transitioning from being a professional skateboarder at like 23, 24 years old into being a music mogul with literally zero knowledge of the music industry. Nothing. Not one aspect of it. I partnered with a friend of mine, the great DJ Gray Boy, who was producing records and creating different tracks with different hip hop artists. And I was like, okay, he's making the track, we just got to put this into an album and sell this, and that's it. I'm a music mogul, and man, it's funny to think, but when I can land myself in the position of how I thought it was going to be so cool and so amazing, and how I literally never made a dime, never made it work, didn't understand how to make it work, just made bad decision after bad decision, and tried to piggyback on his experience and what he had ultimately developed, but despite making some amazing music, um, it was a business that I did not understand, that I never made work, and ultimately lost a lot of money in, and never became the music mogul that I had envisioned. And it's just a really, really good example of like choosing to do a business in something that was not a natural fit for my expertise, like even my experience at the time. And, even worse, I was attempting to do a business in an industry that I didn't know at all, because I thought that it was bigger and more exciting. And no, it's music. Music's so much bigger than skateboarding. Like, whatever it is, I'll just end up getting super rich because of that. Like that is like the mentality that I did, or I brought to developing that record label, and so again, always think about that. If you're even thinking about a new idea, thinking about a new company, how does your experience and expertise lend to giving you a better chance at understanding how to build a tactical plan to give you more belief that ultimately um, gives you the opportunity to find the success that you're trying to create. And look, today is it's a unique episode. Um, you know, really, really important for us down here to give back and support the underrepresented communities through the Do-Or-Dier Visionary Foundation, and for us, it's just about like connecting with these amazing programs like Defy that find sort of these driven do-or-diers and give them an opportunity to educate them, and ultimately we're a cherry on top. This group made it through the program, and then we gave them additional non-dilutive capital on top of the education that they got through the program to just give them a chance. And you're going to hear from the CEO of Defy and really understand the program, and anything you could do to support it in any way, shape, or form. If you're an entrepreneur and want to be a mentor, you want to donate, all that stuff. I think it's anything to support these great foundations that are really changing people's lives. It is always worth time, effort, and money. That's why we're here supporting it. So look forward to hearing from Andrew, and then eventually our winner, Carol. And I know you're really going to enjoy it, and it's incredibly compelling, both from the foundation and their work to Carol's life story, and ultimately her shot here to bring the Meatball Collective alive. Let's bring in Andrew. Andrew Glazier, CEO and president of Defy Ventures. Welcome to Build with Rob.
Awesome. Thanks. So glad to be here.
Look, I just can't thank you enough. I'm honored to be able to partner the Do-Or-Dier Visionary Foundation along with Defy. Could you, for our listeners, explain sort of the mission of Defy and all the different programs and the success that you guys have kind of seen from doing the program, so they can really get an understanding of what Defy does?
Yeah, awesome. Thanks. I'm super excited to be here. So I mentioned I'm Andrew, CEO, President of Defy Ventures. And Defy Ventures is a national nonprofit organization. And what we offer is personal development, career readiness, and entrepreneurship programming for currently and formerly incarcerated adults. So we work with men, women, young adults. We work in a lot of prisons around the country in 7 states. But hopefully we'll be in about 2021 this year. And then when people come home, we provide them with continued support for their getting a career, being successful in reentry. And then for those who want to pursue their entrepreneurial endeavors, then we help them start a business. But this entrepreneurship theme runs through everything we do because what we believe is that an entrepreneurial mindset is an incredibly transformative and powerful mindset because it makes you believe that you can do things. You have unique gifts and talents. You got something to contribute. So we've been around about 11 years. And during that time, we've worked with over 6,000 entrepreneurs in training, as we call the people that we work with. We've seen over 150 businesses start through our program. And we have an employment rate of just about 84%, which, bests the national average by quite a bit for folks coming home from prison. And we see very, very few people returning to prison after completing the program and coming home.
Yeah, and look, I think it's absolutely amazing, and I do agree. Like, and why I connect so much with the program is like, just even beginning to see your life through the lens of like how a business would be structured, and just learning, getting even a bit of education on how to pursue a venture could be all that somebody needs to be able to go out and actually do it. And I think, for us, you already do such a great program of educating and supporting. And that's why we wanted to be able to like, oh, what can we do to jump on top of that? And by offering this sort of program, essentially giving them non-dilutive capital to kind of pursue this particular dream, and so we ended up with a handful of finalists that have gone through your program and made it through our See It, Believe It, Do It challenge, and they were so great, man. I'm just so thankful because it's kind of an experiment of it working, and just seeing the videos and how committed and how truly like they changed their lives through the Defy program. Their lives are truly changed, and you can see that in these videos. So I just love what you guys are doing, and very, very thankful.
Well, I appreciate that. We had a lot of fun doing it. I know, for the entrepreneurs in training, the EITs, right, when they make these videos, it's a big step, right? I think for a lot of people who haven't been through kind of the entrepreneurial process, right? Putting yourself out there in that way and like laying that stuff bare, that's a lot to do that. And it's a huge confidence builder when they can do it. But the fact that was a little bit of capital for them, which is really meaningful. I mean, coming home from prison, like it's not like you can bootstrap yourself,
Yeah.
right? With your credit's terrible. You may not have friends and family that are available to support you. So having an opportunity like this is really a big deal. And it really just kind of is a confidence booster of like, look, you can make this and you can put yourself out there and nothing bad's going to happen. In fact, something good's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
And
yeah.
that's it's a really big deal.
Yeah, and look, I even think about our winner, Carol. It's not
Mhm. Yeah.
only was she passionate and committed and like, man, like really, like, hey, I've been through addiction in prison for many years, but I'm not allowing it to define me. Like I have a vision for what I think is possible, and what I found most compelling is she also got incredibly tactical on what she would do with the money. and to
Yeah.
me, that's really special, and I think is what really makes this particular winner in this program even more special, because she did fight to get the
Yeah.
money, to get a kitchen, to be able to produce her
Right.
product, and this $10,000 in additional capital is really going to like help jumpstart what she's already put a ton of effort and vision towards, which I think is another aspect of your guys' program of getting her prepared and teaching her, that makes it
Mhm.
even that much more special and plausible that she's going to go out and find success here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my question to you is like, how can people support Defy? Like, what can they do to get connected, to donate? What are all the things that people can do that are entrepreneurs or people that just want to help support it? Where can they go to support Defy?
Yeah, great place to start is our website, www.defyventures.org. And you can see all about our program. You can volunteer there because we are restarting. We were shut down a little bit through COVID, but we're getting back up and running in most of the states that we're in already. So would love to have you join. Sounds weird. Join me in prison sometime. When we're able to do the coaching, because we provide the coaching with volunteers on personal development, on the resume, personal statement, and their business ideation. We have a pitch competition in prison. One day, Rob, you're going to come inside with me and judge one of those pitch competitions. And then, certainly, we are a nonprofit, so we run with the generosity of others. And so if there's folks who are excited about what we're doing, we would very much welcome, be grateful for any level of financial support to help us provide this program. We have big plans to grow this thing, and we're in 7 states right now. I want to be in 40 states in the next 10 years. So those are different ways. And then when you volunteer, right, you get this opportunity to, provide some of your skills. And we have virtual opportunities to volunteer as well through our through our entrepreneurship bootcamp program, which is what Carol came through. And for folks who get really excited and have some solid business background, we have even kind of one-on-one mentorship opportunities that people can volunteer for. So there's lots of ways to help, and you can do it one time, you can do it in an ongoing way. But we'd love to have you, and I promise anybody who volunteers, it will change your life to do it. There's nothing like it to really see and bring into perspective, our own lives and whatever we have or haven't had, and how those things kind of come together in different ways.
Yeah, look, I absolutely love it. Again, to everybody out there, you're about to meet Carol, the winner of the See It, Believe It, Do It challenge. But if you are an entrepreneur, if you want to support this amazing program and help them continue to grow and scale, go to defyventures.org and do anything you can. Of course, for us, we love it. We want to be long-term partners and continue to do the See It, Believe It, Do It challenge for years to come. This is our very first one, incredibly successful, and excited to talk to Carol about her life vision and business vision, and ultimately her brighter and more amazing future because of your program. So thanks for coming on, and we're going to meet Carol and take the next step here in our See It, Believe It, Do It challenge. So Andrew, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Immensely grateful for you being involved, and can't wait to see you again sometime soon.
All right, be good. Carol Madonia, welcome to Build with Rob, and congratulations. You are the winner of the See It, Believe It, Do It challenge. Congratulations.
Thank you so very much, and mahalo. Much gratitude.
Hey, look, I couldn't wait to meet you. Not only was I struck by your video, but our program director here at the Do-Or-Dier Visionary Foundation actually recorded when he called to let you know that you were the winner of the See It, Believe It, Do It challenge. And it was so funny. It was just so I knew from that you got to get out of here. What the bleep and a beep and a beep. I knew how excited he did, and
Oh my God!
because he wanted to share it with me. You know what I mean? So I could see it, because I knew that it would be meaningful for you, and for me, I just really think above all, you really deserved it. I think what you've kind of gone through and been able to like achieve over the last 18 months, and then ultimately put together a vision and a plan that would actually be able to take this $10,000 first prize and actually go make a run at building a sustainable, successful business, because you really got the core of the business down pat on kind of what you're trying to achieve. But
Yeah.
look, what I would love for you to do is lay out for the people listening the vision for your company, the that Meatball Collective. Please lay out the vision for the people.
Okay. The vision for that Meatball Collective and catering services, I was telling earlier that my biggest word that I've learned in this entrepreneurship is pivot. When something's not working, you got to pivot, adapt. My biggest strength, I believe, is resilience. I've been through a lot, and I know I was a career woman for 30 years. I was a funeral director by trade. I did that for 30 years, did everything under the sun in the funeral home except own my own business. I learned how to network. I've learned how to deal with people of all kinds of, in all stages of the bereavement process, networking, sales. It's all in there. Like, and plus, I'm a big compassionate, loving, giving person. Unfortunately, I got hurt on the job, and I had a couple of surgeries, and I got addicted to painkillers. And that ended my career as a funeral director and began a 10-year phase of where I completely lost my soul, my humanity, my love of myself, the love of my children, just the ability to be a human being. Like, it was gone. I was just into a spot where I honestly I didn't think I'd be alive right now.
Yeah.
I've overdosed 7 times. I shouldn't be here. But I know God has a purpose for me. And while I was incarcerated, this program came in, a reentry program. It was called New Hour for Women and Children of Long Island. So out of the 20 separate times I was arrested, and I've only did time 4 separate times, but I met this organization on several occasions. So like, you're in and out of, you're detoxing, you're not with it. But I remember this story that they told me of this lady who killed her attacker. She spent 20 years upstate New York. They let her out, and she can't find a job. She can't get hired. She can't do anything. The stigma that comes along with being incarcerated, and especially when you're beating a murder charge. So she always loved cooking. She realized while she was inside that people come together with food for everything. That makes the whole difference. So my vision, the food, was started to hit me while I was incarcerated. I heard her story. So she decided to take matters in her own hands, and she developed Reentry Rocks. It's a organization through her catering company where she takes women that have been previously incarcerated and gives them the skills and the ability to believe in themselves again, that they could come out and actually own their own business and make a difference. Now, she didn't care whether you had to give back or not. She just wanted you to be self-sufficient and not have to rely on the corporation world to go out and get yourself together and not go back in and out, in and out, in and out. That's what happened to me. Recidivism is another big word of mine. So I learned about Sharon through this thing. And then my last stint in the jail, they came back again. So here they are every time over the course of 10 years, doing their thing, preaching Reentry Rocks. And it kind of stuck in my brain this time. So when I got out, I did everything I wasn't going to do. I got a sponsor, went to a sober house, started doing heavy duty outpatient therapy. I put the work in.
Yep.
And the last time when I was homeless, sitting on a bench, I was hungry, I was cold, and I was soulless. This lady comes up to me and she hands me a hot meal. I looked at her and I'm like, thank you. And then I started to cry. And she's like, well, why are you crying? I'm like, because I still matter. If
Yeah.
somebody come up to me and hands me, like, I looked like I just walked out of the Civil War. Like, seriously, like, it was a sad scene, but to know that my life still mattered after all this, it sparked a fucking energy in me that I really started to fight back. And I'm like, this is my time. I'm going to put the work in. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So over the course of this past 3 years, I did relapse once, but I can proudly say I have 17 months of sobriety. So I remembered Sharon. I remembered Reentry Rocks. I applied for her program and I got in. Now, it wasn't until a couple of months into the program, I realized this was the lady they were talking about when I was incarcerated. So here I am in front of her. God put me right smack in the middle. And I was like a little schoolgirl. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. So now I'm still like, when you're in early sobriety, it's very hard to put together a day, let alone months.
Yeah.
So like just with a lot of hard work, Rob, let me tell you, it started to click. I found yoga. I found meditation. My children are here in Florida. I moved out of New York back to Florida. I started going to the beach every day. That's how I keep sane and sober. With a great mentor, my yoga instructor, I was able to get off 17 different meds. I was able to just have the ability to know that my life is meaning something now. Like I am here for a reason. And I developed through Defy Ventures. I entered their program because Sharon from Reentry Rocks is a Defy graduate. Who knew? So I looked up Defy. I found Kyle and Terrell and I interviewed for them. And I got accepted. And so I started out as a meatball truck. It was going to be that meatball truck. And then you realize, okay, $50,000 is kind of hard. So pivot, changing around the structure, the business plan gets changed over a million times. So finally I come up with the vision of, I'm going to do corporate catering. Now I worked a bunch of weddings and things of that nature with Sharon. That's something it's not my wheelhouse. I knew by working those events, that's not what I want to do. But corporate catering to me, I've worked in doctor's offices, funeral homes. They order, you get on a rotation, people order, you get a good clientele. It's a Monday through Friday gig. And then you can expand from there. You can start doing PR launches. You can start doing boat parties, yacht parties. You could travel with this kind of a thing and make a difference. So I took a job as a delivery dude and I started to learn the lay of the land here in my area. Started to learn which big corporations order food every week, which ones, tip well, which ones, what kind of food they're liking. So I started putting in the footwork. And then I took a job at a 5-star restaurant as a delivery person through them as they do a lot of corporate parties as well. So now I'm getting the feel for a corporate kitchen, a commercial kitchen. I see all the vendors coming in and out. I see how the line works. The energy is exciting. I'm so pumped up. Like I'm this tiny little delivery driver, but you know what? It's like I was a spy. I'm in there and I'm like, okay, this is what works. This is what this product, that. So I'm taking notes. I'm learning everything I can from the ground up. Then
hey, listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me. You just went hard for like an entire, like a deep story for 8 solid minutes. And
I'm sorry.
And no, I didn't even want to stop you. I wanted you to keep going because every step of the way it got even more compelling to me. And I knew you were the person who needed to win this, but now it's that times 1,000. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's your how much you had to fight through to even be able to like get to the space of like, what do I even need to learn to know what I can even do in the first place? and then going through the process of knowing like weddings aren't it, and oh, this corporate angle, this is you started thinking of all these different aspects of how it was a good fit for you, because
Right.
you know, if I can just have if I can get 10 clients that order a handful of times in a week, like then I'm delivering in the week. I know what I need to make. That'll give me just enough money to be able to sustain myself, because at the end of the day, I would assume that is the real vision, right? Of like, how do I become self-sustainable with creating and selling this product that I know is amazing and that people want? Man, you
Yeah.
really, really did it. And then for me, as someone that knows how important, could never imagine the battle that it actually takes to fight through that from that deep down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I know that it's so hard to fight through life's highs and lows without being trapped below daylight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
to get just beyond that, and then continually to evolve and grow into what you're teaching yourself, and naturally and intuitively guiding yourself to being more healthy and taking care of like your mind, body, and soul, now that you've got it
Absolutely.
back, has really created the harmony that's given you the clarity to, as you say, discover the word pivot. But really, it's just, you are just adapting. It's like, because you learn what you don't know when you start a business, because you have an idea, but without the knowledge of actually experiencing it, you don't even know, where would I sell it? What would they pay for it? When would it deliver? These are all those things
Yeah.
that you had to discover. So I didn't want to. I wanted to let you live and keep cooking, because it is an amazing story.
Yeah.
But man, I'm proud of you. I don't even know you. I'm super proud of you. I'm thankful for you,
That means a lot to me.
and
That it does.
I'm thankful that you won this. I'm thankful that you became a part of Defy and made it to this, you know. So and again, tell us where you landed, on how you landed and chose meatballs in the first place.
Well, my roots are Italian, and always in the kitchen with my grandma, and always had the love of cooking. I know food is extremely important in any culture. I just remember my ex-husband and I making meatballs, and we have a friend of ours that's a Michelin chef, and we had him over for dinner, and I remember giving him the meatballs, and he's like, I gotta have this on my menu. This is crazy. And I'm talking like this is the year 2000. So it's like 20 years ago. Now he's still in business. He's not too far from me. So to know that he's eating this and he's loving it, you know, through him, I met like Joe Pesci and Shannon Briggs and a bunch of like boxers and hockey players. And he's got like a 10-table restaurant, no menu. It's whatever he can get at the market. It's fresh. So I know a compliment from him was I was onto something. And that's where I tried to open a meatball truck 20 years ago, but that was before the internet. And it's very hard. So I gave up. Now having Defy Ventures in my pocket, oh my God, like the intense schooling that you go through, developing your idea, MVPs, the KPIs, all of the financial modeling, the business plan, it's a lot to take in, but they give you step by step. And I was listening to your first episode of Build with Rob, and I'm like, wow. I was like, do I fit his criteria? Probably not. It's not a consumer product. I said, but fuck, everybody's got to eat. So technically it's a product. And my motto is I got balls. And I do salmon meatballs, vegan meatballs, Italian, Greek, Asian, Thai. Like, so there's a flavor for anybody. I can do just a lunch portion, or I can cater for up to 100 people, if not more. So I've learned that definitely people have to eat regardless. This COVID thing was, it put a lot of people out of business, but it drove delivery sales through the roof. So I've partnered with DoorDash, Delivery Dudes, Grubhub, Google Business, my own website, Uber Eats, and I'm going to go live June 20th.
Okay.
It's Do-Or-Dier, man. This is it. The morning I found out I won this money, I was talking to the owner of the kitchen because I'm renting a kitchen.
Yeah.
I can't afford a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start small, think big, you know. He says to me, you know, when are you going to start? You know, it's been a couple of months. Should I save your spot? And I'm like, listen, Nolan, it's do or die, man. Let's just do it. I'm going to go live this month. I'm going to give you your $800 rent and I'm going to make it happen. And so I'm walking around on the beach and do or die. I'm like, holy, that just like clicked in my brain. Like, and I submitted the video and I'm like, this is crazy. Like now it takes a while for shit to click with me sometimes, you know, between, you know, all the problems that I've had in the past and then my age, obviously. But then I get the call with Kyle and I find out and it was like God and the universe. I put it out there, I manifested it, and I said, you know, this is gonna happen. And
hey, look.
the word that
Yeah, it's how it works. You know what I mean?
It is.
It's like you gotta have
positive energy, bro.
And it's like you put in the work, you develop the plan. Defy is such a great program because they can help someone like you like learn all these things and think through all these things you just would have never been able to think about without that support. And all that does is when you get that clarity, like now you know what you needed money for because you know exactly what you would do with it and what it was, and you took that leap of faith, and then the universe answered. Which I live my life by, you know, and it's super inspiring and both humbling, and I'm just thankful that our worlds could collide in that way, that it could be part of your journey at just the right time. You know what I mean?
It is crazy. Now, eventually, with the help of your $10,000 that you awarded me, I want to develop a reentry program for previously incarcerated individuals and people that are suffering from drug addiction. If you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to come in and do whatever it takes to get your hands dirty, empty trash, clean toilets, whatever you got to do, roll meatballs, I don't care. I'm going to give you the opportunity through some educational programming, work with my local AA group, work with the local NA group, and have a solid foundation for these folks, just like I got. You know, mine started at a jail cell, and then I put the time and energy in, and I actually learned about yoga and meditation in jail. I was in a program, and I never thought that I would adapt to the yogi lifestyle, but it is the most absolute, I preach this with a big passion, self-care. Yeah. I have to do self-care and practice it every day because if I'm not taking care of this, nobody else can be taken care of. Yeah. So I definitely want to have that into my my business, a reentry program, offer employment to previously incarcerated people. And then maybe, you know, my vision is to have meatball trucks and my meatballs all over, you know, all over the world and in the stores so that people can buy them for scalability. You know, it's possible, it's doable. I've had a bunch of clients throughout this last year, and I don't think I've had one complaint about the food. So I know the food is it's a high quality product. I know it's going to take off. What I wanted to ask you, my biggest question was, I have that fear, you know, I got to open June 20th and the fear is there. It's not a hesitant, I think it's a healthy fear. Like, how do you get over that threshold when I walk through the door for the first time and I said, I'm going to start cooking? Like, I just want to make sure that I want to be able to give back to people like I was given back to. Like, how do you keep yourself going? Yeah,
you know, look, I don't think you ever can get through that fear. The only way to get through that fear is through sales. You know what I mean? You know, and it's why I think like you know you got the product, you know you can make it. It's now about consistency of that sales to build belief in you that hey, we can really build something sustainable and then scalable, and I'm going to be able to help so many people. And I think it's important that you know, you go to all of these different potential clients within a driving radius so that you you can really, connect with them, share with them your sort of story and your mission. And because I think a lot of people, your meatballs are going to back it up. And then like, they're going to feel good about supporting you and your cause. And again, I think it's, you got the product, you're cooking. Now it's a matter of figuring out all the ways to tell your story and get consistent business, right? And get that revenue above everything, like, because that's going to be the one thing that keeps you up and puts the most pressure on you, is really getting to that. And to me, it's it's a matter of knowing that becomes the priority until you have sustainability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
I've
one more.
watched you and
Yeah.
your branding ability. You're like a fucking genius when it comes to branding.
Yeah.
I mean, even the people that are younger, like I would say, I got a 19-year-old. I'm like, do you know who Rob Dyrdek is? And they're like, who? When I say ridiculousness, like, oh yeah, I'm like, okay. I said, there we go.
Yeah.
So your branding ability, like no matter what it was, Fantasy Factory, your skateboarding career, the Do-Or-Dier now, like I had no idea, like this is, I was gone for 10 years, forgive me, but coming back to reality, I'm so happy to see your face. I know you got married. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Well, look, hey,
I know that
I
your life
appreciate
was
you.
amazing.
I appreciate you. And look, and I try to never stop getting better. I try to continue to evolve every day and every single year. I don't take anything I have for granted. I try to continually evolve and change, and as my life changes, change my goals and plans and continue to allow them to expand as I expand. I try to focus on living a balanced, harmonious, high quality existence, and never ever lose sight of the fact of how absolutely truly lucky I am. You know what I mean? And continually just trying to be the best version of myself or a better version of myself every day. And it's not about never falling backwards. It's about one thing I can guarantee you is that over the last 20 years, every year I am better than I was the year before. And it's really by the end of the year, like, can I look back at my year and know that I'm better than the year before? And then I got better and better at doing that. And then I began to like, in that way of thinking is what has allowed me to be able to evolve into so many different things and do so many different things over a very long period of time, because I just keep getting, expanding into life, gaining more knowledge, getting better and better at all aspects, whether it was business or television or skateboarding at the time. So, I just implore that you stay strong, that you continue, that you have the right mission, you have the right framework, you have the right goal, you have the clarity, you have the opportunity, you have the story, and you're building the belief in yourself every step of the way. And I think you just keep pushing and pushing and set your goal to sustainability. Be like, I want to sell this many meatballs per month, and that would be true happiness for me. And understand that your meatballs would cost you this much, your kitchen would cost you this much, it would cost you this much to deliver it. I need this much support from employees. Like, get yourself to that place of sustainability and let that be your number one goal. Because even for me, right, you would seemingly look at it like, oh, you got all this money and you've had all this success, but I still built a plan to sustainability above all, because that gave me the peace and the foundation for me to take risks off of and be able to try to do things bigger, knowing that I still had a sustainable base to play from, because when you don't have that, then you're stressing. Every week matters. You want to figure out a way to get to that. And I know that.
Yeah, I don't want to have to live week to week with that kind of a burden on me. But I like what you said in your episode 1, how, liquidity at the end of the day. You don't want to have to like invest in 100 companies and hope one of them works.
Yeah.
Like each person you take on, like I really loved your drive and your vision in episode 1. Like I felt it with you, like I got pumped up. So now I'm on a mission to listen to the rest of the podcast. And I am amazed. And I know for a fact, you definitely got balls. So you started from nothing. You have a mini horse in your fucking house. I mean, come on.
A bad idea. That was a bad idea.
And but you were able to take the fucking craziest ideas and market them.
Yeah.
And some were hits, some were missed, but you know what? You figured out that formula. Like, what do you call it? The machine.
Yeah. Machine method.
Machine method, exactly. Yeah. So you're figuring it out. I don't know how many businesses you've helped thus far, but I'm sure like whatever you put your mind to with somebody else that's driven like you, I feel that energy from you, and I'm taking it in, and I'm gonna go forward with it and then hopefully in 6 months from now we'll check back in, and I'll be making a shitload of sales, and I'll have that same passion, if not more, to continue to just grow and scale up and, make stuff happen for people. It's not just about me anymore. It's about helping my community,
Yeah. And look, I have no doubt that you're going to do it. You got the framework, you got the idea. The idea is understandable to you. You know what you need to do to make it successful. That's half the battle. You got the product. Now you just got to go find the clients, tell the story. They will support you. You will find sustainability. From sustainability, you will find scalability, because the universe is with you now. You did all the work to realign your energies, and the universe has opened up for you, and I expect it to continue to evolve, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future and understanding it. So again, congratulations for being the winner of the See It, Believe It, Do It challenge with the Do-Or-Dier Foundation and the partnership with Defy Ventures. And look, I really look forward to hearing about your progress, and I appreciate you and proud of you.
Thank you for giving me the push that I needed. And let me tell you something, this has been a blessing, and I count my blessings every time I open my eyes. God bless you, your foundation, the people that are with you, because I know you keep all your people close. I know that that's a key factor in scaling, is having good people, like-minded people in your corner. So I plan to take this opportunity and just keep on going. Like there's no limits. There's no limits to what I can do. So thank you for believing in me.
Appreciate
mahalo.
You. Hey, mahalo to you. Appreciate you.
Right.
All right. Good luck. Absolutely incredible story. I'm so glad. I'm so grateful. I'm so humbled that I even am in a position to create the Do-Or-Dier Visionary Foundation. And I'm just so thankful that Carol won. I knew it would impact her life in a major way, but just hearing her story firsthand and really understanding that this is, this $10,000 that she won is really going to change her life and give her a real shot at building this business. Like I've said throughout the show, that she really understands and has the capability of realizing. So, very humbled, very, very, very grateful for Defy as a partnership here, and that I'm in a position to even create such a thing and to help people. It's something that we're really proud about here at the Dyrdek Machine. And again, if you want to support that, you can go to dyrdekmachine.com and you can donate to our foundation, which supports the underrepresented entrepreneurs of the world, and anything. Wherever you listen to our show, subscribe it. You want to be on the show at dyrdekmachine.com. You want to be a machinist, be one of our consumer collaborators. Join this world of do-or-diers. And look, you know what it is. Just like Carol, you got to fight to create that look forward and create a better future for yourself. You got to get tactical and create a pathway that you believe in. And then, man, you got to be resilient. You got to have grit, and you got to push through to realize it. Until next time, see it, believe it, do it.